Hey everybody, welcome to our second day of online learning. Sorry I had to do a little work around here to get these tools to show up. All right, so I'm on page 39 in your packet, notes on word problems using the quadratic formula. Okay, so I'm going to start here on number 1, and I have a touch screen now, but I don't have a stylus yet. So I'm going to try this with my finger and hope that it works. So we're going to go to the pen. You guys know I don't like red, so we're going to use purple. So the sum of the squares of two consecutive even integers is 452. Find the integers. So consecutive even, we have let x, and then we'll have x plus 2, which will give us consecutive even. So x is going to be our first. The mouse is actually better than my finger. Our first consecutive even integer, and x plus 2 is going to equal our second consecutive even integer. So when I get that stylus later tonight, your next video hopefully will be much better because my finger is too fat to write. So it says the sum of their squares. So the first number squared is x squared plus the second number squared. I have to use parentheses because I'm going to square the whole thing or times it by itself. And then the answer is going to be 452. So this is going to be x squared. Now here's where kids make their mistake. If you're thinking x squared plus 4, that is incorrect. Think about why that's incorrect. If we were having class discussion, I could hear all of your wonderful ideas. But since we're not live, I can't hear your discussion. Hopefully, it was because you have to multiply the binomial by itself. And when you just square each piece, you drop that middle term. Now, normally I wouldn't write out this step, but because I'm trying to show you, I've written this step out. Okay, now I double distribute or FOIL this middle piece to give me x squared plus 4x, because I'm going to get 2x and 2x, which adds to 4x, plus 4 equals 452. So now I could have options, right? I've already shown you earlier in this packet how to solve just using algebra, using factorization, but we are going to be using the quadratic formula for all of these. And what's nice about the quadratic formula is that it works every single time. We know that not everything factors, but the quadratic formula does work all the time, every time. Okay, so now I'm combining like terms as well. So 2x squared plus 4x minus 448 equals 0, which is 448 is 4 minus 452. So let me move down. Like I said, guys, I'm new at this, so bear with me. We'll get better as we go on, I promise. So now I'm going to write the quadratic formula. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And I'm not doing question number 2 here, so I'm going to write right over top of it. So my a value is 2, my b value is 4, my c value is negative 448. Yeah, really pretty. So I'm going to substitute in some negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 4 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 448 all over 2 times 2. Okay, so you do all that math in there. You get negative 4 plus or minus. 4 squared is going to give you 16. This is going to turn into a positive 3,584. For the sake of time, I am going to combine all of that to get 3,600 all over 4. Okay, so perfect square, I'm liking that. So 4 plus or minus 60, which is the square root of 3,600, divided by 4. Okay, now remember we're going to split that. So I really have, I'm going to come over here. I really have negative 4 plus 60 over 4. And then I have negative 4 minus 60 over 4. So this is negative 64 over 4, which is negative 16. And this one is 56 over 4, which is 14. So my answers are 14 and negative 16. So if I go back up to my let statements, let x, well, x could be negative 16 or it could be 14. So I really have two sets of answers. I have negative 16 for x. And if x is negative 16, then x plus 2 is going to be negative 14. My other answer from down the bottom was positive 14. X could be positive 14. If x is positive 14, then x plus 2 is 16. Okay, the sum of the squares of two consecutive even integers. Those are even. These are even. It does not say positive or negative, so I take all of these answers. So negative 16 and negative 14 are a set of answers, and 14 and 16 is another set of answers. All right, I'm scrolling down to, let's do number 4. Number 4 is a great question. You see lots of questions like number 4. The Regents really likes this type of question as well. So it says a rectangular lawn measuring 8 by 4 meters. So this inside piece here is 8 by 4. Okay, so let's see if I can write that in there. So this would be 8. And this side right here would be 4. Okay, so I would be able to find the area of this. Okay, then it says the combined, then it's surrounded by a flower bed of uniform width. So this is my flower bed of uniform width. I know that this distance is the same as this distance is the same as this distance is the same as this. That's what uniform width means, but I don't know what that width is. So I don't know what this measurement is. I don't know what this measurement is. So I would call that x. So if this piece right here is x, that means that this right here is also x. And then this piece right here is also x, which would be the same as this. Okay, so in each of these corners, I know the length and width here is x. So that would be x, and this would be x, and then that is x, and then this is x, and this is x, and this is x. Okay, so this is really, this area here would be x squared, right? If I was going to find it. So let me switch colors here. This from here to here is really this distance, which I already know is 8. And then from here to here, I already know that that distance is 4, which means that this whole side is x plus 4 plus x, or 2x plus 4. And then I know that this is x plus 8 plus x, or the whole thing from end to end is 2x plus 8. Hopefully I'm making sense to you. Okay, so the combined area, this whole thing, is 165 meters squared. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my let statement. So I'm just going to write the word let. Now, area is length times width. So I'm going to take my length of 2x plus 8 and my width of 2x plus 4. Multiply them together, set it equal to the area of 165. All right, so double distribute this out. You are going to get 32 plus 16x plus 8x plus 4x squared. And I kind of double distributed backwards there, but it's all addition, so my order doesn't matter, equals 165. Okay, combine like terms. 32 plus 24x. Oh my gosh, my forearm is getting a cramp from clicking this mouse button constantly. Oh, tomorrow a stylus is going to be so much better. Okay, so equals 165. We got to bring this 165 over to the other side. Oh, sorry, I gotta shake my arm out. Okay, so I got negative 133 plus 24x plus 4x squared equals 0. Okay, so now it's time for the quadratic formula. And where am I gonna, we're not gonna do 5. There's actually, I think, a typo somewhere in 5. So we are gonna use this space. So negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so that substitutes to negative 24 plus or minus the square root of 24 squared minus 4 times 4 times negative 133 all over 2 times a. A is 4, so 2 times 4 is 8. Just trying to save some steps and room here. Do all this math. You should get negative 24 plus or minus the square root of 2,704 over 8. Okay. The square root of 2,704 doesn't look like it would be whole, but it actually is. So make sure you always check that in your calculator. Don't just assume. So you get negative 24 plus or minus 52 over 8. So negative 24 plus 52 over 8. And then negative 24 minus 52 over 8 gives me 3.5 and negative 9.5. Now, what were we finding? We were finding the length of a side, or the width, I should say, of this border, right? So does negative 9.5 make any sense for a width? No, we have no negative measurement. So I cross it off, and I have to write the word reject. Can you guys hear the TV? My kids have the TV really loud for some reason. All right, so I'm going with the width being 3.5. So it says, what is the width of the flower bed? Have we answered the question? Let's think about that. We just found what X was, which is this piece here. Let's go with, I guess we'll go with red. Maybe this is orange. So I found this to be 3.5, which is also this. Okay. Let's reread the question. A rectangular lawn measuring 8 meters by 4 meters is surrounded by a flower bed of uniform width. Okay. The combined area of the lawn and the flower bed is 165 meters squared. What is the width of the flower bed? Okay, so the width of the flower bed is what we found, which is 3.5 meters. So 3.5 meters. Okay. If they had asked for the width of the entire area, I guess you would say, the flower bed and the lawn, the combined width, then we would plug that into our 2x plus 4. So if they wanted that, you just plug it into the 2x plus 4 and you get 11 meters. Okay, but they did just ask for the flower bed. All right, that is basically it. Let's see. There's one more problem down here, but I think it's some of the things you've already done. Yeah, this is a typo. This should be a squared, not a 2. Basically, you've already done that. So that's pretty much it. Check the calendar, do the problems that are assigned in the calendar. Your assessment for next week is just going to be you recording yourselves. I'm going to send you a magical link that will automatically record for you. You're going to send that back to me. Hopefully it all works. I'm really excited to try it out. And it won't be graded. It's just from my understanding to see how your understanding is going, so I know how we're doing as a class. And then I'm going to try to do a Google Hangout every Friday so that you guys can ask live questions. So I'll try it tomorrow. Check widths. I'll put a time up, and that'll just be like a rough, I don't know, see if it works, work out the kinks. And then hopefully next week we will be up and running when we start our new unit. So I'll post all the papers for you for that new unit as well. And you can either print them or you can just work off screen on your own paper. It makes no difference. Completely up to you and your families. So, all right. Until next time. Oh, there's not going to be another video for Monday because Monday is just review. So do that review, send it in to me, and I'll comment on it like I've been doing on your homeworks and send that back to you. So no video for Monday. And then Tuesday, I'll push you out some form of assessment to do, and that'll be that. So, all right, guys, take care.